creating a wearable, haptic, and AI-enabled surgical coaching for improved guidance during surgical training. As student associates, we work closely with our project team to incorporate feedback from our amazing mentors, Dan Ledeen, Dr. Joga Ivaturi, and Dr. John Eaker, specifically on honing in on a prospective customer base, as well as finding an easy commercialization pathway. But outside of these discussions with our mentors, the student associates have been analyzing the competitive landscape of AI surgical coaching as well as robotic surgery, as well as finding potential pathways for regulatory approval through predicate devices. The student associates are so grateful for our experiences as we've had the unique opportunity to work with many professionals in the healthcare field and apply our knowledge to relevant and interesting innovation. And with that, I'll hand it over to Anne to explain the project.
Thank you. When someone has a good coach, they get feedback that's meaningful, actionable, and available when you need it. And that's what's missing from surgical training today. Sorry, that's what, oh my. Sorry. Hold on, this is not working. Okay, my apologies. And that's what's missing from surgical training today. And what's the cost if you don't have well-trained medical professionals? Millions of deaths that occur per year that are unnecessary, and billions of dollars that are unnecessarily spent. And there's also another cost, a more personal cost. So we interviewed more than 50 surgical residents and fellows as part of an NSF I-Corps program, and they said things like, we had to learn different techniques for the same case just because they wanted a different approach. There's no one available to coach me after hours, I can't practice independently, and I don't have real-time feedback beyond just, hey, you kind of messed that one up. And so what is our market opportunity? To develop a personalized master coach to accelerate surgical learning, improve patient outcomes, and more importantly, build confidence. Our Maven guidance bands are standalone haptic devices that we've shown can lead to significantly better operative performance even when you're not wearing them. And our goal is to create personalized training for any surgeon using any surgical skill and any surgical platform. Our team builds on over a decade of experience in real-time AI modeling, skilled human performance, and haptics for surgical training. And our founders and future CEOs and CTOs are former and current students who are eager to take this technology to market. There is some concerns, though, from our Texas Health Catalyst reviewers, mainly, will residency programs even use the technology? Do sim centers even have the budget to buy it? And how do you overcome barriers in an existing crowded surgical education landscape? So with our excellent mentors, John, Joga, and Dan, we talked about this, and we all agree that yes, residency programs they're gonna wanna use it, but they don't have the funds to buy it. So how's Maven going to create a path to market when our customers can't even buy the technology? We needed an aha moment, and we found it in the wise words of George Strait: we'll just give it away. So it cost me $20 to build this device, and even though surgical residency programs don't have much money, they sure do have a lot of friends. And so I'm going to call all of my friends that run sim centers in Dallas, Austin, and Houston, because they've already offered to test our device if I have enough of them. I'll ask them to introduce me to their friends, and with $50,000, I can make 2,500 devices. That means I can study and train 3 people in every single certified simulation center in the United States and in Canada. Pretty soon, surgeons are gonna wanna buy it. With our data analytics and software upgrades, insurers and hospitals, centers will want to have information to improve their credentialing pathways, and maybe they'll also buy them for their own students. And off-ramp is to partner to license our technology because we can offer something they don't have, guiding surgical expertise through the sense of touch.
Yeah, could you tell us more about monetization strategy? I mean, you mentioned that like $50 per device, and what's the main cost? What's the main revenue? And are you targeting B2B market or B2C?
Yeah, so I think the thing that we think will be sort of our moneymaker is really going to be the software and the analytics. The device itself will be relatively cheap. I think we could sell it for about the same cost of a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. And really the moneymaker is going to be in the data analytics.
So Am I correct in understanding that this is a device that a surgeon would put on his wrist and it would kind of coach him as he's doing the surgery?
Yes, but not necessarily. And I sort of fumbled through my slides there, so you couldn't necessarily see it. This is our device right here. And yes, it can provide haptic feedback. And currently, the current embodiment is that it's worn on the wrist. But we're actively developing technology that could be worn on the upper arm. And that was sort of one of the videos that we were showing, that we can do motion tracking. And knowing things about the body size and things like that, we can estimate motions that may occur further down in the hands. So basically applying robotics principles to the data that we can collect. So we're hoping that in practice, you know, if we can create the device that can be not interfere with the surgical field, that you can wear on your upper arm and still provide this meaningful feedback, which sometimes is actually really important, because a lot of things surgeons will do, especially in laparoscopic surgery, is like the chicken elbows. Well, that's controlled by your shoulder. Like, that has nothing to do with your hands. It has all to do with your shoulder, your back, your deltoids. And so I think there's a lot that we can do further somewhere else on the body. And that could be a big opportunity.
So quick question. I think you mentioned it will guide them even if they're not wearing it or if they're
Yes.
not in surgery?
Yes, and that's what several of our recent research studies have shown. I'd be happy to point you to the publications. But training in this haptics environment, that we're noticing that it creates these after effects. That when we take the haptics away, and this is how we do all of our studies, we do training and then we do post-test without any haptic feedback to look at learning. And we're actually getting some really exciting results in terms of bimanual coordination and smoothness of movement, and ability to kind of keep your hands within a workspace, that we're seeing even when we take the device away.
Very nice. Thank you very much.